What's up, everyone? Welcome back. I'm definitely excited. 'Tis the season, spring has sprung, and eggs are dropping. Hopefully all the bad eggs are behind us because we've got another clutch hitting the ground. Yes, more carpet pythons. My favorite. Let's go. Here we go, folks. This is the best part. And underneath that beautiful stripy golden black coil is a beautiful clutch of eggs. Oh, this is the best. All right, we got an egg box here. We're gonna move this, get her off the eggs, get her cleaned up, check on everything like we've been doing. I noticed she was laying this morning, decided to finish going about doing my cleaning, let her do her thing, and here we are about 4 or 5 hours later. Nice, easy mama. Nice healthy clutch. Little sluggo down there. Oop, come back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Real small clutch. That's okay. I'll take that. 8's a solid number. I'm happy with that. Alright. Cover her up for a second. Make sure these eggs are good. Yep. No problems there. Gotta get my notes down, get her cleaned up, and yeah, be right back. Yeah, so this is pretty neat. If these eggs hatch at around 53 days, they'll be hatching the day before my birthday. What's also really neat is this is one of 2 pairings that yielded those Ocelot type looking striped jungles. As you remember, I first did this pairing in order to just double down on the stripes that both parents have. So we'll take a look after I put these away at Dad, and then I figure let's look at some of the babies from last year and show you how they're doing, those possible Ocelot striped jungles. So I'm gonna put the clutch away, get Mom cleaned up, and we'll look at some of those animals. All right, this is Dad to that clutch. Okay, so for background, for those of you who aren't following or haven't been following my channel for a while, I hatched this guy and Mom and another female from the same clutch in 2019, kept them back for their stripes, and the idea was to breed them back together to make, you know, animals that have bars that'll start to connect on the sides, make 3 striped jungles essentially. What I never considered was that these little side markings could actually be heritable and produce something along the lines of Ocelot markers. There are plenty of lines of Ocelot jungles out there, Mike Curtin being sort of like the name associated with Ocelot carpets. There's several different lines, pure jungles, stuff from coastal jungles. I'm not well versed on it. I'm not going to call this a true Ocelot until I do several things, which is breed the babies together to reproduce similar results, and breed them back to the parents to see if it is in fact heritable in some fashion. If it is, I imagine it'll probably be something polygenic. But anyway, that's just one side of the project. Dad here is phenomenal. His name is Racer5. And these animals were produced by me again in 2019 from 2 psychotic exotics animals, one of their striped animals, unrelated from the STR ham stuff that was later found out to have coastal in it. Some of their other Hamilton jungle stripe stuff, and then paired with a different line entirely of some jungles, and just started at ground zero, and here we are working our way up. So the babies from last year are doing really well. They're starting to take hoppers, and they've all really been shedding and coloring up nicely. So I'm really curious to see if this 8-egg clutch will yield similar results. And if that's the case, that kind of adds a little bit more credence to a potential ocelot heritable sort of trait in some way, shape, or form. But either way, I'm excited to have more jungles on the ground. Normally, I get jungle clutches, you know, March, but at the end of April, here we are. I don't know, things are just going a little bit later. So it is what it is. I'll take the eggs regardless. Happy to have what I get. And yeah, we're almost at 100 eggs in the incubators for snakes, not including gecko eggs. If we include gecko eggs, we are over 100 eggs now. So it's a big season. All right, let's let this guy go and let's take a look at some of these babies, shall we? All right, so let's take a look at this boy right here. This is one of the males from last year that I kept. He has great ocelot side markings, wonderful striping, really cool head stamp, and a fabulous appetite. He's a great eater, has very high expression ocelots, great stripe. And yeah, he's just one of many that I kept. That's cool. Pretty sweet. All right, let's look at another one. This guy has even more ocelotting, but he's got a ton of really high fish netting in between his markings. And I'm actually a big fan of this guy. I think he's going to be quite electric. What he lacks in striping, as you can see, he makes up for in ocelot markings. I mean, just look at that. That's crazy. Let's flip over and check on this side of him. Yeah, I know. Look at that. Look at that. Just fabulous. This is another male. All right, let's look at some Sheilas. This female is a lower expression ocelot, but she's got neck stripes that I really, really like. And these sides have bars. And that was sort of what I was hoping to see, was striping where we get dorsal striping, but some side bars that are almost connecting. So it's like, this is what I was aiming for. It's sort of like the next step. But then some ocelot stuff came out, and now I've got 2 projects out of this. So naturally, just going to keep as much as I can. All right, let's find another pretty girl here to look at. All right, this girl might be one of my favorites just because of how busy she is. The ocelots are thin and almost connect and touch. Again, not much for dorsal striping, but she's one of those ones that popped out and my jaw dropped. I was like, what the heck is this? Because that's not what I was aiming for. I mean, just tons and tons of little rosettes and ocelli that go. Just really, really cool. She's phenomenal. We can look at one more. This girl's amazing. Great color, great stripe, huge clean ocelots, bold black. Just excellent. Excellent. Yeah, you. Beautiful. Look at that. She's really good looking. Little spastic. That's okay. Yeah, those ocelot are really great. It'll be nice to see if this clutch that we just collected will have similar babies. Be interesting to see down the line how everybody develops, and then in a few years' time, what happens when we breed them back to one another and their parents. Hopefully both projects prove out. Hopefully we get better striping on the sides and we get a lot more heritable ocelot, and we can put the possible or probable to bed and make it an actual. So yeah, I know you got your girl. All right, we'll let this one go back to relaxing. All right, so basically that's the deal. We've got some more jungles on the ground. We're gonna hopefully hatch some more ocelot possible jungles and see where this goes, see if this project can take some few more steps over the next few years. Obviously gonna keep raising up the babies and see what they do. Keep raising up the parents, do some more breeding. Hopefully down the line, the babies will breed, and we'll get a little bit more concrete answers and insight into how these phenotypes are actually being passed down, if it is a heritable thing, and to what degree. So I got to do a lot of test breeding before we can call it a confirmed true ocelot jungle line, but we'll do the work. It seems like a lot of fun. What else am I going to do, right? So it is interesting that last season I think I got 11 or 12 eggs from that female, and this year we're only getting 8 in a slug, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. I'll take what I can get. Mom's healthy, the eggs are healthy. That's all that matters. So it's a win in my book. Yeah, hopefully we're done with bad eggs. Hopefully we're on this upswing to end the season on a high note. Like I said, we've got a couple more carpet clutches coming. In the last video, I kind of teased at it, but yeah, that Super Zebra is definitely gravid. The Brettles are locked up as we speak. They're going to keep going. They're going to be the last to ring in the end of the season, I'm sure. But we're just going to keep trying. Obviously, the corn snake who slugged out earlier, she's in shed. And last season, she did the double clutch. We'll see what she does this year. I'll keep you posted on that. I'm not expecting anything good, of course. So it is what it is. But on that note, I'm going to leave you guys. Go give my sponsors some love. Reptile Husbandry Designs. They're the ones making the amazing, awesome 3D printed snake perches, hides, and cool enrichment stuff. Chris is the man. Use RR10 at checkout to get yourself a little bit of a discount there. If you're doing any shipping this year, hit up my good folks over at Reptiles Express. They've got all the shipping supplies you need. They will also set you up with great labels and everything you need like that. Use code Riley50 to get you 50% off up to 10 shipping labels per customer. That's going to save you a bunch of money, knock that FedEx price way down in half. Shipping isn't cheap these days, so save yourself money. With the money you're going to save, go get yourself a USARK membership if you're not already a member. Membership matters. Both USARK and USARK Florida are the only sort of lobbying groups of folks working to keep unjust reptile legislation off the books nationwide. So they support what we do. The least we can do is support them. Speaking of support, if you want to support what I got going on over here, early access to babies, inside scoop on what's going on, discounts on merch, things like that, look me up on Patreon. Riley Dunison on patreon.com. Patrons are awesome, great people, a lot of diversity, learning a ton from everybody, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So come join, have some fun, love your reptiles, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.